checked in for Will Bynum. Well, among the centers and power forwards of the NBA, these are the players with the softest touch around the bucket. Some terrific shooting percentages for the big men. DeAndre Jordan, third.
And you look at that list, most of the guys there have that unique combination of power and finesse. A very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
And that kind of combo blend is what can turn a good offensive big man into a great one, fellas. And one more note about Cleveland. Everyone will now assume that they will make the playoffs this year, but the ultimate goal is a title, something that hasn't happened in the city of Cleveland for any major sport in a long time. Probably 64, I think, may be the last title.
Again, you're right on it. Just 4 to shoot. James has a two-pointer. That one a little long.
You have to get a hand into his face because that's his range right there.
Randall with the ball. Now defended by Varejao. And he gets it to go. George has got 5.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Irving with the ball. He picked up 27 points in their last win against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, he picked his spots in that game too, Kevin, because I thought he not only did a nice job scoring, but setting up his teammates as well. In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
Davis with the bucket.
And they are cooking on fire right now. Really flowing well.
Anthony Davis was stellar all of last year, but he did miss a lot of time with injury trouble. And I think that's the only thing that's going to slow him down in his quest to be possibly the best player in the NBA.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. And you mentioned, Clark, the injury for Davis. He missed a couple of weeks with a broken bone in his hand.
Yeah, he got banged up his rookie season too, but he's putting on muscle so that he can withstand the physicality of the NBA. And that'll help with his durability and his ability to hold his ground on defense.
Gobert, he's checked in for New Orleans.
And you've had a chance to see Paul George. How about his numbers? Where does he stack up? Let's take a look. 11th in three-point field goal percentage. And defensively, he's been really good. He ranks in the top 20 in the league in steals.
And you know, his three-point field goal percentage, Steve, is, I think, worth another quick mention here. I mean, the way he's been shooting it, that bucket looks a lot bigger than it really is.
Stolen by Varejao. Outside jumper. And there's the pass to Love. Outside jumper. Got a piece of it. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Taking a look at New Orleans. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And of course the Memphis Grizzlies right on their heels as they've got the next best record.
You know, right now for the Pelicans, with the way they started the season, they'd have you thinking they were one of the favorites coming in instead of the exact opposite.
Yeah, Clark, I mean, there were a lot of teams getting a ton of attention in the preseason, and let's just say they were not one of them.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. Irving drives in. Gobert with the block. It's deflected and stolen by LeBron. And the officials call the foul, reaching out and committing the intentional foul here, and his teammates are baffled.
Yeah, everybody's kind of looking at him like, what are you doing? I mean, I think he just lost track of the situation.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Thompson's checked in. Off the inbound. And James throws it down hard. It's not possible what we just... Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner.
It's possible. Not probable. It is possible. I don't know what all that meant, but you're right, Clark.
And so it's New Orleans with it. The Cavaliers making the shot.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's where you need to pull that off.
Well, both ends of that play, just fantastic.
Now, here is Irving, averaging 20 points per game. Here's Rose. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. That one on Love.
Gotta like the way he took it strong there, attacking the rack.
And the defense fouling him there to prevent the dunk.
First free throw is good.
Another finish at the bottom of the division for the Pelicans last year, but they showed that they're working towards something, and I think they could be a playoff team in the coming years.
Lou Williams is checked in for New Orleans. Mozgov, he's checked in for Cleveland. Williams comes in for Irvin. Gobert with the block. Williams with the ball. Williams picks him up. Back to George. Takes the three. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. 8 points for Paul George.
Well, the Pelicans certainly have the pieces to get to the postseason, as you said. I mean, it's only a matter of time, I think, before they get it done and figured out so they can be a postseason team.
Thompson with the bucket.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
Here's Rose. Tristan Thompson picking up that last bucket. The lead pushed to double digits. And that's now 11 points here for George. And really for the Pelicans, Steve, it'll just be about being patient and not wanting to rush into the postseason. Let their team, grow naturally.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, it's been a while since New Orleans has played in the postseason. 2011 was their last appearance. But, you know, just trying for a quick run with high-priced free agents would not be in their best interest.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Jones checked in for James, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Shepard. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. New Orleans making some changes here. Jordan, he's checked in for Gobert. Rando comes in for Anthony Davis. And Brandon Bass subbed in for Rose. Now here's Williams, his last outing with 20 points. And Bass kicks to George. Dishes to Bass. 6 to shoot. Back to George. Blanketed by the D. Fights to the rim for the layup. George has got 13 points.
Looks like they're going to have one of those days where they can do no wrong.
Well, they haven't done anything wrong so far. Double-digit lead already.
Now here's Jones. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Williams with a clean look. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Here's Bass. He dishes it to Jordan. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
DeAndre Jordan alongside Blake Griffin, maybe the best game dunker in the league. He has the ability to make spectacular plays every time he gets near the rim.
And for DeAndre Jordan, Clark, between his length and his leaping ability, you almost feel like he should be playing an 11-foot, 12-foot rim.
I tell you, when I've watched him play, there are times when it seems as though he's overwhelming that 10-foot basket. It really does look that way at times.
Some changes for New Orleans. Robinson comes in for Randall. And it's E'Twaun Moore checking in for Paul George. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first quarter. Outside, Jones lets the 3 fly. Here's Thompson, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Thompson's got 6 points.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Here's Jones. No luck. Good D by Williams.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Bass's shot. Good.
Their offense already flowing. Some stellar shooting while jumping out to this lead.
Well, high-quality shots, and they've been on target with them.
Now here's Williams. He had 10 points in the win against Oklahoma City.
Did a great job picking the defense apart, too. It wasn't just his scoring. Give him credit for his passing in that game, too.
Now here's Moore. Mo Williams unable to get his shot to go. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
That was an awfully risky pass, guys. Lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on to possession. Well, he just didn't make the catch, didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
The Cavaliers trail by 11. Here's Dellavedova. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Thompson in the corner. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Williams with the ball. Jordan the pass to Robinson. It'll count. Oh!